Hello and welcome to the back nine of round one of our feature card for the United States Women's Disc Golf Championship, a PDGA Major of 2022, presented by Innova Champion Discs. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We are your two hot geese.
We are watching Eveliina Salonen with a 5 down. She is up there tied for the lead. Missy Gannon not far behind. Henna Blomrroos and who else is on the card? Not doing quite as well, but there's so many more birdies out there to get.
Yeah, just barely off on the putting green, but that is a big deal out here. You really want to be hitting those circle one putts. It's absolutely crucial. You can see 4 down is where you need to be, even just to be in the top 5.
Really the top 10. The ties out here are nuts. We have a field of 90. Hole 10 is a par 4, but it's only 450 feet. It is kind of tricky, though. You need to throw something that lands in the middle of this fairway. You really need to throw a straight shot too far left or right, and this guardian wall of trees really doesn't leave you with much. The best gap is on the right side, so if you can be a little bit right off the tee, that is ideal.
Yeah, we had a right to left crosswind, which makes it really hard to get your disc to carry straight very far. You do want to get way down there as well. Distance is really important off this tee pad because the second shot can be difficult if you're too short as well.
This is great. I like the angle on it. If you can get an Anheuser angle to fight that wind, you're going to be in a good spot.
I feel like there's no wind.
I know. We keep talking about the wind and then there's not.
It was ripping earlier in the day. Like the trees were bending over.
It's fine. It's fine. There's
just a little wind.
A little wind. Fresh breeze.
Missy throwing a really nice looking shot. If that sits down, it might be a little tucked, but she's far enough down there that she'll have maybe a chip up the left side of those.
Yeah, it's tight. I was there as well, and it can be really tight. You don't really have a backhand. You have like a step out sidearm. There's a little breeze. If you expose the side, a hyzer angle, the wind definitely does carry you to the left. Ella's on that left side gap as well, but I think we'll have a better look than Missy does.
There's the wind a little bit. It looks a little bit more
it's
normal.
Happening.
I really love this tee shot. It's very challenging. Henna makes it look like it's not a big deal, though, and just throws the straightest disc ever in the world.
She didn't even get as far as Eveliina did either.
Oh my God. And just dead center cut.
Okay, let's see what Missy is left with here. I think it's harder than you think it is. Dang it. I was farther left.
Yeah, what a nice little easy chip up.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty easy.
And right in the bullseye. Missy grabbing another birdie.
Yeah, let's go 5 down. Henna, I mean, she could think about putting that in the basket if she really wanted to. She smartly lays up, but she could think about it at least.
I think this is a course, too, that's a lot about momentum. Like, it's really hard to get it started if you don't get it started early.
I agree.
But we're seeing all of these ladies get up close, no problem for their birdies. Maybe this is a turnaround point for Eveliina and Ella. The old mid-round refresh.
Ella and Henna.
Oh, my gosh.
Not everybody can be Eveliina.
I know. I just really like her name.
I know we all have goals, but no.
Oh, no.
Man, Ella's been kind of struggling on the putting green today.
It can happen. It can strike any time to any player. We always hate to see it. Par will get by, though.
It's fine.
And Eveliina with a birdie.
Yeah,
the
6
real
down through
Eveliina
10.
this time.
That's actually Eveliina. I mean, her and Henna are kind of matchy-match, I guess. Yeah. And they're besties.
And look at these tap-ins for birdie. 42% of the field taking a birdie on hole 10.
Nice.
Onto hole 11, a short par 4, but with one of the most narrow fairways on the course. That little guardian tree on the right surprisingly gets in the way because you want to carry really far straight. There is out of bounds all the way down the right-hand side as well, but the further straight you push towards that out of bounds, the easier your second shot is coming into the green on the left-hand side. That guardian tree by the green does block air shots as well, so you have to keep it low, and it is hard pan, so you do get ground play and can easily go past the basket. You guys saw that graphic for Two Hot Geese merch. Check it out. We have so much available. If you like our logo, like we love.
Honk, 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 honk. I actually kind of like the right side of that little guardian tree. I mean, it's tighter, but if you do it right, you're in a really good spot to attack.
Totally.
Like,
Eveliina,
wow.
Whoa.
She doesn't need to go right side to be in a really good spot to attack.
She brings a tree into play that I didn't know existed.
Yeah, that was a great shot, though. Let's see, going left side of the tree. Thrasher, that's a little too early, but it's fine.
Totally. I carried straight much farther than it looked like it would.
Yeah, I thought it was going to fade out more.
Me too.
But again, the right side is a little bit easier, though Missy can definitely still birdie from there.
This is one of the wooded fairways where you were feeling the wind pretty steadily. It was right to left, so you were worried about your disc getting pushed. A little heady at times.
Wow.
Wow.
Henna just can't let Eveliina get far. Yeah, exactly. That tree, I guess, is totally in the way, too. That little baby tree right in front of Eveliina and Henna.
It's not something I ever considered.
No.
Ella taking the classic Ella high route.
Also, I thought was too far left. It's a little bit tangled up, but she's way down there.
Yeah, she gets kind of backboarded out, and she'll have a little, maybe
Like a
forehand
sidearm
turnover.
Yeah, Anheuser for sure. Missy throwing a buzz.
She's got about 240 feet to the pin. She gets through that tree somehow.
Yeah, it was a little wide. That tree definitely keeps you honest. Like,
Definitely.
huh.
Eveliina forced
It's
to do
like
a patent pending.
Straight Anheuser from there? That's wild.
That is wild. She'll be just outside the circle for her birdie.
Eveliina, sorry. God,
Henna.
you got me doing it.
I'm so sorry.
Henna from 2 knees.
Yeah, forced to go under this tree. But thankfully a little short, chippy shot.
Wow.
Hey, ball, don't lie. That tree said, go ahead. That was tough.
The 2 knee shots always really get me. Is there a name for that? Should we try to come up with something? Leave it in the comments. You got a name for the 2 knee shot?
Yeah, I like the 2 knee shot in and of itself. Eveliina from 5 feet outside the circle. Ugh, that's the second one that she's just been all up in the chains, and it did not grab.
Yeah, these Mach 5s really like center. They don't like you to mess around the outsides. There we go. Ella getting her round going. She's even par.
Missy for her birdie from around 15 feet.
Easy. That was obviously 18 feet also. And park job from the 2 knees. Par for Eveliina. Her first in a while, it feels like.
It's okay to trickle one in here and there.
I guess so. Hole 12 is a par 3. It's only 264 feet, but it curves pretty sharply to the right. I think it kind of looks like you want to throw a forehand off the tee, but I think like a backhand turnover is a little bit easier to get it there.
Definitely. It's such a weird angle because the turn comes late.
You definitely don't want to turn something early and cut roll. That's probably the biggest mistake to avoid.
Yeah, this is one that you kind of just put something understable up high and let it carry right instead of necessarily pushing something right.
Definitely. This is an ESP Meteor coming in for a crash landing on planet Earth. Solid shot. That's kind of where you see a lot of shots land. Just outside the circle, kind of left side.
31% of the field taking a birdie on hole
Wow,
12.
that's actually more than I would have guessed.
Me too. I think this is a challenging shot. Obviously, Henna's going to make it look super easy. Oh, it actually
got caught up.
Yeah, hyzered out a little more than I expected.
There's like a little element. I wouldn't call it a poke and hope, but if you aren't absolutely perfect, there's a lot of trees in the way.
Totally. And you have to have something that you can rely on to carry continually right, but not dump right. That's the kicker here.
Man, that looked good from Ella, but gets caught up in the trees.
Still has a little look at a putt from circle 2.
Everyone's got a circle 2 look so far. Eveliina gonna show us the forehand. It really calls for a high hyzer with a ton of power. I think that's why you don't see a ton of people do it, because you need a lot of power to do what Eveliina just did.
Yeah, you have to push it more high instead of accidentally pushing too straight.
And you don't want to get it on any kind of flex line either.
You're fighting gravity. Oof, nice bid from Ella. Just catching the top of the basket.
Missy with a tree right in her way, going big straddle, probably a hyzer putt up and to the right.
Come on. Come on.
What is she's a name for those. I feel like she calls them the old toss and goes, or like the old, there's like a, there's
horseshoe?
a name every time she like puts her hands up in the air. It's like, cool. Like she wasn't necessarily expecting to make this.
Oh, what a hyzer putt. And a
Look at
nice
her.
long one, too.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The old toss and go. That's not it, but it's close.
Oh, that was sweet. No chains needed.
Henna from a little outside 40 feet. Little low left.
No one likes to get big putted.
Oh, whoa. Eveliina deep here.
There is not much to work with back there.
Yeah, it looks like she's lining up kind of an Anheuser floaty bid. Dang.
Yeah, this is a very thick area inside the circle behind the basket.
Crazy she went deep on a sidearm tee shot, though.
Yeah. Nice par save from Ella. I like that Evelina's just like chilling in the woods back there.
Doesn't want to mess up her card mates. Missy with the only birdie there.
Hole 13, 490 feet, but it plays longer than that. You want to throw something far and as straight as possible, but you really want to get that left finish at the end. You do not want it to go too far left, obviously, because there's really thick shoal, but you do have this bubble over here that you want to work with in order to set up your second shot, because it's tucked back here to the right. Sets up for a sidearm or maybe a backhand turnover, or if you get far enough, a straight shot with a putter.
This is one of the ones, because it's only 490 and the tee shot is pretty treacherous, like maybe think about taking a little off and playing it as a 2-shot par 4 rather than trying to just absolutely blast one out of this tunnel and then chip a second shot. I mean, some of these ladies are absolutely going to do that, but it's just something to consider.
Especially with that bubble, if you can get your hyzer far enough, it's like kind of hard not to attack.
Yeah, Missy just scooching along the bubble. She's on the edge, but pretty far down there.
Yeah, and that'll set up nicely for the second shot.
As long as, I don't know how on the edge she is. She might have some stuff in her way. Henna, I'm sure, looking to go pretty big here. It's also... Oh, that's great. That's also great.
Whoa.
Trying to get some people.
See them. Finding some of the gallery members of the card in front of them.
Yeah, there's a good amount of people out today, kind of sprinkled, watching everybody play.
Ella early releases, and
It's
unfortunately,
terrible in there.
yeah, she gets caught up in that corner, and it is, like Erika said, brutal.
Smoked.
Yeah, that's so far. It's really fun to unload distance drives, though, on these fairways. Like, they're wide enough that you feel comfortable doing that, but more narrow than what we've been playing lately, which is a lot of wide open ball golf style courses.
True.
Super fun to unleash.
So we don't even... Oh, there is a tiny gap there. I actually landed there too, but that was way better than what I did.
Yeah, she gives herself even a look from circle 2.
Totally. Missy on the edge here, throwing a standstill, kind of patent pending stance.
She trickled into the woods more than I thought.
That's what I was saying. I didn't.
Yeah, I thought
it
she was on
a
the
little
edge.
rough. Yeah.
She gets caught up in the corner as well.
That's
Maybe
gonna
she'll
be kind
have
of
a
rough.
look.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I vote rough.
Yeah.
Eveliina way up here, just chipping a little sidearm. Looking at another birdie. Wow, she is parked.
Man, that forehand, little touch forehand for Eveliina is amazing.
Yeah, it's
I wish
looking great.
Yeah.
Henna even farther than Eveliina off the tee. She's going backhand. Also, absolutely parked for her birdie. Henna getting her round going. Man, you were talking about momentum, and I think the main thing is like don't give up. Like there's more birdies to come.
Yep, and this is just round one.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the beginning.
Told you it's not good.
Oh, yeah, you are not lying.
Missy just inside the circle for a par save. First drop stroke we've really seen from her. It's hard to recover, though, if you're not in the center of these fairways.
Totally. The rough is exactly what I just said. It is rough.
Look it up in a dictionary, people. Ella with a par, Missy taking the bogey, Henna and Eveliina with birdies. Hole 14 is another less than 300-foot par 3. It's 275 feet. Gentle backhand turnover or forehand are definitely in play. There's quite a few guardian trees. I wouldn't say there's a single gap that you're thinking about hitting. You just want to progress about 80% down the fairway and kind of hope you sneak past one of these trees to get a putt. No OB. Main mistake is not to push too far straight off the tee.
Yeah, even though this is such a short hole, with, quite a few options that you can pull out of your bag to approach the green, only 30% of the field getting a birdie. And that just shows how many guardian trees there truly are.
Henna is floating up a putter. That's a P2. And she gets inside the circle. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a really pretty shot.
Eveliina going to show us the sidearm here. She's going destroyer. And that is really straight. Honestly, a good kick.
Mm-hmm. She'll be around 100 feet from the basket, maybe a little less than that.
Let's see if Ella can correct off that. That looks like a much better line. Dang.
Catches a guardian tree. She'll be in circle 2. I like this. 2 backhands, 2 sidearms.
I do think, yeah, you could definitely do either, but I think the way the trees are positioned, the backhand is a little bit more optimal.
Mm-hmm. Definitely higher percentage.
Missy puts up, what was that? That was a ESP Meteor, nice and high, but catches a guardian tree pretty early. She's going crystal fierce this last 125 feet.
What a pretty little spinny approach.
Mm-hmm. Eveliina, probably 90-ish feet away. Leaves it a little longer than you'd like for her par putt. Man.
Not much to work with here.
No, yeah. 3 of our ladies really unable to get very close on this.
Really nice hyzer putt bid from Ella. Henna, our only feature card competitor, inside the circle for a birdie look.
Get it. Yeah.
Booyah.
Yeah, and she's stringing them together here in this back 9.
Yep.
Henna 4 down now through 14.
Definitely building some momentum in the back.
Eveliina getting that par, no problem.
Ella doing the same.
Yeah, still even par through 14 though, which doesn't feel great. She's
No.
looking to try to attack these last few holes. Coming in the home stretch here.
Feels good to string a bunch of birdies together out here. And look at Missy in a tie for 2. Reasons to smile. Eveliina, though, still holding on to the lead with 7 through 14. Unbelievable. Kind of on track with what we were saying we thought would be leading out here. Everyone else in the top 10, at least 4 down. Hole 15 in the top 5 most difficult holes on the day. It is a 530-foot par 4. And I think the kicker here are those trees on the left-hand side. It's right in the landing zone of throwing a distance hyzer off the tee, maybe around 300 feet. And those trees on the right creep in. So you take a little off, all of a sudden you're in those trees and you have nothing to work with here. And you try to get through, you tap one, boom, all of a sudden you're taking a bogey. This did not happen to me.
No.
The second shot, though, ideally, if you push straight enough, you have a wide open, pretty simple little putter approach or mid approach to this very wide open green. It gets nice and forgiving the further you go down the fairway.
I really wish everyone could have seen the hand gestures you made during this flyover. I really feel like it told its own story.
It's very sassy. Me and hole 15 have beef. But
Ooh.
yeah, Henna's going to blast by all these trees. I
That
don't
is
even
awesome.
think it's going to, yeah, that's not even a problem.
I do think this is another one where you maybe think about taking some steam off and just maybe landing in the center.
Or even on the right.
But not Henna. She's just going to boom one down there. Eveliina as well. Both of them going destroyer.
Those are great.
Henna consistently landing 5 feet in front of Eveliina.
Ella lining up, looks like she's wanting it to flip up, ride right. That is a safe play here.
Pretty shot.
Yeah, what a great drive.
Yeah, she takes a little bit off, and that branch takes a little bit more.
Yeah, was that a slow speed disc? Looked like a mid.
It did look like
The
a
way
mid.
the way it flew.
Yeah, I would guess one of her MD3s maybe.
Missy kind of burns one over to the right, but that is the play
fine.
here. You just want to avoid that patch of trees.
Yeah, she can still birdie from there. I mean, that's probably 300 feet away. Tops.
Like I said, it does get more forgiving as you get down the fairway. So this is the smart play here. Really, I wonder if Missy even gets nervous on approaches because she can just make every putt.
Probably not.
Yeah,
she
just
doesn't
like,
look nervous.
She's like, I'll just chuck one down there. I'll work with it.
The old toss and go.
Ella floating it up a little bit more than you want. She'll be in the edge as well, where Missy was.
Yeah, they'll both have some foliage to deal with.
Eveliina having to opt for a sidearm, little flexi shot. Ooh, that was pretty.
Yeah, her sidearm touch is looking great. Does land just a hair short. She's probably 18 feet away. Henna going wide floaty hyzer to 15.
Only 17% of the field getting to circle one in regulation for birdie. That's lower than I would expect on this hole.
I just think it's really easy to mess up the drive.
Totally.
Though I am surprised to see Missy and Ella over here kind of in the rough on the second shot.
Definitely. Especially with how wide open their drives were, but both of them have a little bit of a look.
Ella for birdie.
And all 4 of our competitors inside the circle for birdie.
Eveliina cashes one. Her putt is looking good today.
8 down through 15.
Pretty nice. Missy with Bit of a par comebacker here. No problem. And Henna for birdie. It's tough. I'm sure everyone you talk to, even whoever won the round today, is like, yeah, I left several out there.
Yes,
you know?
100%. It's one of those courses. That Henna eye roll, you do that so many times out here.
man.
You're like, really?
Good job, buddy.
I can't believe it.
You're up next.
Stay turning. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ooh. Wow.
Alan inbounds.
That's exactly.
Unbelievable.
What do I love about disc golf? Same thing we all love. Sound of the chains.
I love that you can play on a course or make up your own.
My favorite thing about disc golf is challenging myself every time I step onto a court.
What do I love disc golf? It gives me the chance to connect with an incredible community and throw some pretty amazing discs. Because after all, pig is love, pig is life.
I love disc golf because you can be as creative as you want with this sport.
Hole 16 is a really challenging 376-foot par 3. You really kind of want to saw it off over or right next to this left-hand bush right here. And then there's a lot of trees and shrubs in the way to really attack the pin. If you have elite level power, you can definitely go out wide and just throw a hyzer to get there. But if you take the wide open route, it probably takes a bare minimum of 400 feet to get there. To throw the 376-foot shot, you really have to bring in a lot of danger.
Yeah, there's not really one good route for most of the people in the field here. You're just going to throw something as hard as you can, probably get knocked down by a tree and chip up for your par.
Yeah, you're pretty happy with any kind of like even a circle 2 look. And look at how high and early this looks from Eveliina, and like she's still not even there.
Yeah.
And that was a great shot.
Yeah, you just have to kind of hope you get through. I think Eveliina was opting for that early route. I kind of would have expected maybe them trying to go the deep route, like going, but I guess like Erika said, that does take probably over 400 feet.
I think so. And you really have to swing it very far from right to left. So this really spiky hyzer route over the top, I think, is smart on their part.
Yep. Gets through all the trees.
But I mean, that takes a ton of power as well.
I can't wait to see what Ella throws here.
Same deal as Eveliina and Henna.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're all in circle 2. And that is not, like, that's not typical. Let's see if Missy shows us what is typical.
Yep, still aggressively left side over that bush. It gets knocked down a little bit earlier.
Yeah, she's maybe just outside of circle 2. Yeah, and that's a more normal look at this basket. So I think it shows that the other 3 ladies on the feature card really have some good power.
Yeah. Only 10% of the field getting into circle 2 for birdie. Nobody finding circle 1.
Not surprising.
It's crazy that 10% did, and we're watching 3 of them on this card.
Yeah, I mean,
unbelievable.
Statistically, that's not that many more people.
No, that's only 5 or 6 more competitors.
Ella for a long look at birdie. Not quite.
Henna with the final birdie look on the card. Do it for all of us.
For the fans. Yeah.
Hey,
all
right side catch, baby.
That one's for you guys.
Yes, she was the only birdie on the day.
Wow, very cool. Let's see it again.
GK replay. Love the height. Fades right in. Yes.
Beautiful.
That is a separator hole, folks.
Absolutely. Yep, par is fine here. Just want to avoid the bogey. Absolute bonus birdie. It has to be the definition if you're the only one to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
Yep, few pars, and we'll move on to the last couple holes on the course. Hole 17 is the easiest hole on the course at 240 feet. You just want to throw a putter or maybe an overstable mid down there, but I really like just the straight shot of the putter. Let it have a little bit of final fade at the end. You don't want to go past the basket though, because those woods are pretty thick. There's not a lot of putting going on from there, but other than that, there's not a lot of errors to make here. Just throw something straight and let it carry.
I think one mistake you see is like people accidentally swinging it out too far to the right off the tee. Yeah, you really want to throw. It looks like it's a big hyzer, but it really is a straight shot with just a little bit of fade at the end. Henna is going star AVR X3, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Just outside the bullseye.
Eveliina, same disc. That's the mistake I was talking about. She does get very lucky through the Y of that tree and is close for her birdie. Really fortunate break.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. That's fine. Ella putting something out high, a little bit more of a hyzer line, and she's a little bit deep. We'll see if she has a putt. Missy disking up to a buzz. That's a little wide as well, but I mean,
Man,
what are trees?
I feel like twice or it's luck on both of their shots.
I mean, we saw two.
Yeah,
Is that
we
how it
did
works?
see two. Yeah. Ella looks like she's having to straddle out.
Whoa.
Oh no!
That's like near the tee pad of I don't remember which hole, but a different hole, an earlier hole.
Definitely not this hole.
It's definitely a separate hole. Dang, Ella gonna take a bogey. I can't believe how far back there she was.
Yeah, deep is brutal, but I did not know that she got that through everything. Missy's still from the woods a little bit as well. No prob.
Yeah, pretty open look. Missy's 7 down for the round, 1 hole to go.
And all smiles.
Always.
Eveliina with an open look as well. Mm-hmm.
Her putt is looking clean today.
Yes, it is. Right on line.
Eveliina 9 down through 17. This is one you absolutely want to get. 18 is not a gimme. It's one of the harder ones. So you really want this to be just an easy birdie heading into the last hole.
Henna continuing that momentum, adding another birdie, and 6 down on the back. Come on.
Yeah, she stacked them up as back 9 after a slow start. Ella 1 over. You can tell she's frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Ending on hole 18, it's a par 3, 347 feet. Everything on the right side is out of bounds, which is tricky because the hole kind of makes you want to throw a turnover and kind of ride the right side before fading out to the left. Everything on the left is safe, but it is awful. It's
so
terrible.
thick.
Don't do it.
It was also a headwind when my card came through, so a very scary wind for having the whole right side be out of bounds.
This is a tough get.
Yeah, this is kind of a funky finishing hole. It's not one that you're going to see most people attack. Most people are just going to bail out left and just chip up for a par.
Like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's just fine. It's not exciting though. Oh, it's a little in the edge, but it's not bad.
Yeah, most people are just going to have a circle 2 putt. It just feels like there's not a lot of reason to attack super hard here, although Eveliina feels super comfortable and throws a really beautiful straight shot.
Yeah, it was a little low. I think she's in circle 2, a little more height, and that was perfect. But yeah, I think that's only the second or third. I think it's the third out of bounds line we have on the entire course, and it's you know, close enough to the pin that you're like, I don't want to risk it. I'm having a good round, like no reason.
Love this shot from Missy.
Yeah, that's a very smart play. Gives herself a long look, but nothing too crazy. Ella throwing it into the sky.
What? She just is not scared at all?
Well, I mean, she's had kind of a slow round, so
she's like,
might
why
as
not?
well try to throw it in on the last hole.
That was amazing.
That was sick. It was so high in the air.
Y'all, this green is so hard to get to. Only 2% of the field, and I believe that's only 2 competitors. We got to watch one.
Missy gives it a good run. Yeah, I think Ella threw an ultimate lid on that hole. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, she was actually starting a point.
Eveliina just laying up, 9 down. What a great round. And again, she left some out there. You all saw it.
Yeah, Henna unfortunately trickling a little bit further left, but has a little look. Ella for birdie.
To get back to even par.
Yes.
Great putt.
What a good finish.
Yeah. Definitely a lackluster round, especially from what we've seen from her, but what a great way to finish. And she's still somewhere in the middle of the pack.
I feel like
Plenty
we could
of
see
golf
her
left.
We could see her shooting 8 strokes better tomorrow.
Oh, she could shoot 12 strokes better.
She's one of those.
I mean,
you have those days every once in a while.
yeah, and again, it's a different kind of pressure when you know everyone else is birdieing.
Totally. And it's not one that we're all real familiar with. Ella's fairly new to the tour, only been playing for a couple years. And these birdie or die courses are not something we're trained to do anymore.
Yeah, we see 1 or 2 of those a year, maybe.
So definitely a different headspace. Let's take a peek at how our feature card did on this back 9. A lot of green.
Eveliina, I think, are the only one bogey free on the day.
Yeah, that we got to watch for sure.
Look at Henna's back 9, 6 down. She was even on the front.
Talk about flipping a switch. 6 down is such a respectable score, and doing it all on the back, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, momentum, like you said. See how everyone else stacked up. Owen, Maria, and Haley gonna join Eveliina tomorrow on the lead card. We are actually feature card coverage, so we're gonna watch. Let's see.
Emily Beach, Missy Gannon, Aria Castorita, and Katrina Allen. Maybe Henna or Valerie. We'll see how the PDGA lines up those tee times, but regardless, it's going to be a sweet card to watch. Thanks to our FPO VIP members. You guys rule. We hope you guys are enjoying this footage. We get to play Token Creek again tomorrow. We're super enjoying this birdie fest, and we hope you guys are too. Lots of green on the scorecard. Round 2 of 4. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.